Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking some time with us. We will get right into questions here for you, and we're going to kick things off with Kelly Crandall. Go ahead, Kelly.
Thank you. Hey, Alex, I got two for you. First off, going to Talladega, obviously everybody always talks about it's stressful. There's a lot of pressure involved. For you, does that come in a physical sense? Does Talladega make you sick to your stomach, or is it more of a you just overthink it and you stress about it?
Really neither. I think the biggest stress point for me is just trying to like make the right decisions to make it to the end of that race. It's really difficult to do no matter how good at speedway racing you are or you aren't. So just trying to make the right decisions there and right calls, and hopefully end up towards the front there at the end of the day. It's definitely pretty tough.
And then I wanted to look ahead to the Roval. I guess I wouldn't say the Roval's still new. We've put 3 races on it now, but I'm curious, why do people still consider it such a challenge or such a wild card? Again, if it's not necessarily a new track, we've put a few races into it now.
Yeah, I would just say that it really doesn't have any room for error. It's a tough place to get around, and once you start pushing, and if you make any mistakes, they tend to bite you pretty hard. So I've been guilty of that there late in final practice a couple of years ago, destroyed a race car. So just really easy to get yourself in trouble and overdrive a corner and tear something up. So I feel like that's what really makes it a wild card. You have a lot of mistakes from people that you may not normally see. Maybe similar to like how Darlington, it's easy to tear up a race car. The Roval kind of falls in that category.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, we'll take our next one from Rob Tionson. Go ahead, Rob.
Thanks, Marissa. And hey there, Alex. Hope it all is well for you. I also got a couple of questions for you. My first question would be, you and your 48 team really responded to the pressure of being below the cut heading into Bristol and making your way in. So, while you're facing kind of a similar scenario in the round of 12, how confident are you with your chances to advance into the round of 8?
Yeah, it's not going to be easy by any means. I feel like last year we had a really great playoff run. This year we've kind of had the opposite of what we had last year. So it's definitely been a little frustrating, but at the same time, our speedway cars are really fast every time we go to a speedway, and we've always been pretty good at the Roval. So I know we have the tools we need to get the job done, and I'm confident that we'll have fast race cars, but I was really confident before we went to Las Vegas as well. And obviously that didn't work out very well for us. So just got to go make it happen. We're expected to run better than we're running right now, and just need to go turn our stuff around and get pointed in the right direction.
Certainly. My last question is a little bit off topic. Considering the return of fans at the racetrack, what has to be the most unique fan experience you've had in terms of like an item you may have been given, or like an exchange you may have had with a fan that's made you chuckle over the years?
Yeah, there's always people giving you stuff, or maybe wanting you to sign weird stuff. The most recent one that sticks out to me isn't really one of those. It's I guess I'm like the approachable one to ask to go get somebody else. We were in Richmond, and NASCAR kind of had us all like corralled for the driver intros, and fans kind of surrounded that, and most everybody kind of worked their way inside, but a couple of us were standing outside kind of where the fans were. And this girl kept yelling at me like for a couple minutes, wouldn't stop yelling at me. So I walked over finally, and she just wanted me to go get Chase Elliott for her. So it was kind of funny. I thought that was a good one.
Well, hopefully you're not a gopher in the round of 12, and you'll have some more pleasant stories to share. So best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're going to take our next one from Michael Shelton. Go ahead, Michael.
Thank you. Well, Alex, in your last 6 races at Talladega, you started in the top 10, and you've had 2 top 10 finishes. You talk about making the right calls and the right decisions. Everyone talks about Talladega as a wild card, and so many things are out of your control. What are some of the things that you believe that you can control, if any, at Talladega, as far as making the right decisions and the right calls?
Yeah, the things you can control is or they're your strategy. You know, kind of where you place your car throughout the day and the situations you put yourself in. I don't think you can win that race riding around in the back all day and just kind of saving it to be there at the end, but you might be able to score decent points that way. So it's definitely a tough situation. Obviously, the ends of both stages get pretty hectic, and then the end of the race is obviously, I'm sure we're going to see a ton of wrecks and kind of the normal super speedway deal that we all go do and tear a bunch of stuff up. So it's going to be difficult to make it through all that, and some of it's luck, but some of it's also where you put yourself. So going to do my best to put myself in the best position I can. I feel like we need to be aggressive all day and go try to win the thing. So that's what I'm going to try to do.
And you're running under a different package here at Talladega this weekend than you did back in April. You had a chance to try this new package in Daytona at the Coke 0400. What did you learn from driving in that race in Daytona that you can apply to Talladega this weekend?
Yeah, I think some people thought it was really different. I didn't really think it was that much different. I just felt like the runs formed a little differently. So just understanding how the runs work with it. But as far as, you know, it's still super speedway race and still has a lot of the same things going on. So just a little different how some of the aero situations worked out, but at the end of the day, it's still very similar to what we've had.
Thank you. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks.
All right, we'll take our next one from Dustin Long. Go ahead, Dustin.
Hey, Alex, I'm just curious, you, even with your run last year, where you went through the playoffs and had some success, you've had some other years in the playoffs where you were kind of right around that cut line or below that cut line and had that position kind of where you're at now. How did that experience, I guess, what did you learn from that experience that maybe can help you through this time? I mean, I'm guessing it's probably a little different the first time you're under a cut line and being asked about it the first time through. And I'm just kind of curious about the growth and how you've better prepared through that.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is just trying to maximize each and every race and every stage. And, you know, you can't freak out and try any harder because you're already, at least I'm already trying the hardest I can every week. So, you know, just knowing to approach every race like normal and really just trying to maximize each and everything. So, last year we didn't change what we were doing and it worked. This year we didn't change what we're doing and it hasn't worked, but, you know, just trying to maximize every stage, every race, and can't really worry about the points. They kind of are what they are right now. You know, we're not in a great spot and we're going to a place that's a huge wild card, but at the same time, you know, we could be on the good side of the wild card and have other guys get torn up and have an opportunity to win the race. So just got to wait and see how it shakes out. And if it works out for us, it does. And if it doesn't, it doesn't.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
All right, we'll take our next one from Bob Pockers. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Alex, I don't know if Talladega can get any more wild, but the fact that you guys aren't using these cars again, does that even add to people saying, I don't care what's gonna happen?
Yeah, that's like, I feel like I should just answer that with, are you silly? I'm still going to send it. But I don't know. I don't think any race car driver in the Cup Series really, other than a few that are in some situations where they are driving for teams that can't afford to tear stuff up or you know, or have their own reasons for not wanting to tear stuff up. Like, nobody goes to a super speedway race like, oh, I want to save this car for the next one or anything like that. You know, we're all putting it all out there kind of regardless. But yeah, you're right. These cars don't have to get fixed. They're going to have whatever afterlife they have after we switch to the new car next year. So I hadn't even thought about that, but man, Bob, we don't need any more reasons to tear stuff up at super speedway. So stop giving us reasons.
Well, it's also a reason that if you win, that you should be given the car, right? So
I like
it
that.
the other way too.
I'm out of room, but I will find room for that. We'll like hang it from the ceiling or something. So that would be pretty sweet.
I mean, do you have confidence, or is it really hard to have, or do you feel like you're kind of at the mercy of what other people do?
Yeah, I don't know. I think, I want to sit here and tell you I'm super confident everything's gonna be fine, but I'm really confident that we're gonna have a really fast race car. We always do. The guys do a great job on our super speedway cars, and we show that each and every year. Bunch of Daytona 500 front rows, and that comes down to really fast cars. Not super confident that my 39 best friends are going to make the best decisions all day to put me in a great spot. But at the same time, we're all in the same situation and just got to go approach a race and do what we can.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Alex. Well, looks like that's all we've got for you. Thank you so much for taking some time with us, and we wish you the best of luck this weekend at Talladega.
Sweet. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.